I'm the news that nobody expected. I was never a part of your plan. I'm the reason why life as you know it feels like slipping through your trembling hands. And the doctors say I'm just an option, a mistake you can make disappear. I may not have a voice, but I'm more than a choice. I'm as real as the heartbeat you hear. So don't close the book on me yet. I've still got a long way to go. Empty pages to fill, and the best part is still down the road. Oh, I am a story untold. I am God's miracle in the making, proof that all things can work for the good. I am fingers and toes, and heaven already knows the name you pick out for me already belongs to me. So don't close the book on me yet. I've still got a long way to go. Empty pages to fill, and the best part is still down the road. Oh, I am a story untold. Every life is sacred, and every life is a gift, and every life deserves a chance to live. I know you're scared, I know you're scared, I know you're scared right now, but when you hear my first cries and when you look in my eyes, you'll understand why you brought me to life. So don't close the book on me yet. I've still got a long way to go. Empty pages to fill, and the best part is still down the road. Oh, I am a story untold. That was yours truly singing Untold, written by Matthew West. Good morning and welcome to the Jewish Pro-Life live stream. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, 2020. It's the 25th day of Sivan in the year 5780. Shalom and good morning, Joe. Thank you for being here. I'm Cecily Routman, founder and president of the Jewish Pro-Life Foundation. We'll be here for about 20 minutes of live chat, news, education, enlightenment, and spiritual renewal. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter this morning, please chat with us. At the Jewish Pro-Life Foundation, we're saving Jewish lives and healing Jewish hearts by providing the Jewish community with much-needed pro-life education, pregnancy care and adoption referrals, and healing after abortion. We started our work in 2006 because we were concerned about the high rates of abortion in the Jewish community, the fact that a majority of Jews believes that abortion is morally acceptable at all stages of pregnancy, that this majority vigorously advocates for abortion, and tragically, this leads to more loss of unborn life across all demographics. And it contributes to anti-Semitism because people see us in a bad light. Also, we wanted to provide a Jewish pro-life voice in the public square. It's estimated that in Israel, every year, 30,000 Jewish children lose their lives to abortion. And in America, about 17,622 Jewish children lose their lives to abortion. But abortion doesn't just take one life, it wipes out entire generations. Many future descendants are lost with each abortion, and as Jews, we feel the pain and loss of each and every one. If you're a Jewish parent facing unplanned pregnancy and you can't get the support you need from family, friends, or your shul community, please contact us. We have Jewish-friendly pregnancy care resources to help you and can get you connected to them today. Also, we know a Jewish couple who would love to meet you and raise your child in a loving Jewish home. To save your baby's life, please contact me today at 412-758-3269, or you can email me at cecily@jewishprolifefoundation.org. If you've had an abortion experience and are suffering because of it, we have an excellent, effective healing program specifically designed for Jewish men and women, and it's available to you at no cost regardless of your level of observance or affiliation. To start your life-changing healing journey, please contact me. Again, my phone number is 412-758-3269, and my email is cecily@jewishprolifefoundation.org. The Jewish Pro-Life Foundation is a 501c3 educational organization. Since 2006, we've been saving Jewish lives by promoting life-saving solutions to unplanned pregnancy in the Jewish community. We provide education about the development, viability, and sanctity of unborn life, as well as traditional Jewish law regarding abortion. We inspire Jews to welcome preborn Jewish children into the inclusive movement of modern Jewish life and religion. We provide adoption and pregnancy care referrals. We teach our community about the harmful effects of abortion and provide support to Jewish women and men who suffer from post-abortion syndrome. We do have a website. It's jewishprolifefoundation.org. Please visit our website for more information, help, or healing opportunity. We are an educational organization. We have no affiliation with any Jewish denomination, political organization, or the Messianic movement. We speak to each Jew one-on-one because we believe that each one of us has a personal relationship with Hashem, and it is through this relationship that we derive a life-affirming view. We are not a public charity, and we don't fundraise. If you'd like to contribute to our work, please visit the donate page on our website. Our news of the day harkens back to this day in Jewish history. On this day, the 25th of Sivan, in Jewish history, 3 of the 10 martyrs were killed, and this took place in the 2nd century of the Common Era. And a brief description of this is that among the millions of Jews cruelly killed by the Romans were the 10 martyrs, all great sages and leaders of Israel, memorialized in a special prayer recited on Yom Kippur. So it was on this day that 3 of these great sages were killed. And this started me thinking about Judaism and how life is held so sacred in Judaism, and that our way of living is so sacred to us that at times one is actually commanded to lose their life rather than transgress against a Jewish law. And then I started thinking about, in Jewish history, I was looking at several different sources of this day in Jewish history, and I realized that nowhere on any of these lists is it mentioned the event that when Israel legalized killing Jewish children in the womb. This is not listed in any of the events in Jewish history. And this event has had a major impact on not only our past and present, but of course our future. And I found an article archived from the New York Times. Abortion law is approved in Israel. And this was a February 1, 1977 article. This is the year that abortion was approved in Israel. And I'll just share a little bit of the article with you. It says, Jerusalem, January 31. Over the strenuous, sometimes impassioned objections of religious Jews, the Israeli parliament today passed a law that legalized abortions, but fell short of providing abortion on demand. Well, that was in no time flat remedied. Now, of course, abortion on demand is common practice in Israel. It says, the new law is to go into effect 1 year after publication, which is expected soon. The law permits termination of a pregnancy after approval of a 3-member committee consisting of 2 doctors and a social worker. And of course, we know now that this committee is just there for respectability, that most abortions that go through the termination committee are approved, and those that don't are done in one's doctor's office. Now, what this law says, what this article says, is that in effect, the law ratified a common practice in Israel. A recent study, and this is in 1977, a recent study showed that 46.7% of all Israeli women have had at least one abortion by the time they reach 40. That's almost half in 1977. The estimates of the number of abortions in Israel, which has a population of 3.5 million at that time, range from 40,000 a year, a figure used by the government, to 70,000 a year, a figure used by a number of feminist organizations. Now, I would say that those numbers have come down a bit. We use 30,000 because that is statistically cited and proven, although other organizations use the 40,000 a year number. Now, this is telling. Since 1952, there have been no prosecutions of doctors who performed illegal abortions. So to me, this is a huge moment in Jewish history. And then that got me thinking about what I've heard about the 6 million Jews that died in the Holocaust and how they are considered martyrs because they were killed just because they were Jewish. And then, of course, I started thinking about all the children who have died from abortion, and they've been killed just because they were children. And then Jewish children that have been killed in the womb just because they're Jewish children. And this is the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. So thank you for allowing me to share some of this with you. I found an article on Wikipedia about self-sacrifice in Jewish law, and this is very, very interesting. So I'm just going to share a little bit about this and how it relates to the abortion question. Although rare, there are instances within Jewish law that mandate a Jew to sacrifice his or her own life rather than violate a religious prohibition. One of these prohibitions is that no life should be taken, including one's own. It says many more ritual prohibitions exist as well, which means that under limited circumstances, a Jew has to self-sacrifice when the greater good calls for breaking a more minor dictate. And Ken is here. How do we introduce a culture of life among Jews in Israel and America? Very good question. I actually know a young lady who was trying to start a pro-life movement in Israel, and we're working with her. It's a very difficult proposition because the government there is so liberal, and Israel is very proud of its liberal democracy and women's rights there. And of course, women's rights means that children in the womb have no rights in Israel. So it's a very deeply systemic problem in Israel. Although what I'm sharing now goes deeper. And this is what this article says. In general, a Jew must violate biblically mandated and certainly rabbinically mandated religious laws of Judaism in order to preserve human life. The Torah generally asserts that the preservation of human life is paramount, and in most situations, even the preservation of a limb is equated with the basic principle. This stems in part from the biblical injunction that the Judaic laws are given, quote, that you shall live by them, unquote, a commandment traditionally interpreted as meaning and not die by them. Human life is generally considered more significant than keeping religious precepts at the risk of life, or in some cases, risk of serious harm. Then it talks about, however, there are 3 areas of prohibition that may not be trespassed under any circumstances, even to save a human life. And these 3 are acts involving murder, some kinds of sexual misconduct, and idol worship. These areas are central to society and humanity in the perspective of the Jewish religion, and their breach is of such magnitude that even under threat of being killed, one should refuse. It says, Judaism places a high value on life. It is therefore permitted to disregard all but 3 domains of Judaism's 613 mitzvot when a life is in danger. This rule is founded on the biblical statement, you shall keep my decrees and my laws that a person will do and live by them. I am God. And then additionally, in Leviticus, it says, you shall not stand by the blood of your fellow. The Talmud derives from this verse that one must do everything in one's power to save the life of another Jew, even if this involves violating one or more of the mitzvot. The requirements of self-sacrifice. Now I'm going to skip down to this idea of murder. So it says the exception of murder is derived by logic, as the Talmud states further in the Sanhedrin 74a. It happened with Rava. A man came to Rava and told him that the governor of the city had ordered that he, the man, slay a certain man or himself suffer death. And Rava said to him, rather than slay another person, you must permit yourself to be slain, for how do you know that your blood is redder than his? Perhaps his blood is redder than yours. So it is actually absolutely forbidden for somebody to kill a Jewish person. And I would say a Jewish person wherever that person resides, especially in the womb where it is most innocent and most vulnerable and most defenseless. And yet somehow in Judaism, we have decided that that's okay. And it is, however, there's certainly a reason why we're not proud of it and we don't list it in the events of Jewish history. Which brings me to our slide of the day. We use our PowerPoint entitled Judaism, the Original Pro-Life Religion, and start with our prayer. May there be abundant peace from heaven and good life upon us and upon all Israel. Amen. And Ken says, in addition to fighting abortion in litigation, we want to make abortion unthinkable. Yes, abortion should be unthinkable. This is why the Jewish Pro-Life Foundation is not focused on politics so much, because if people would not think of abortion, it wouldn't be a political issue. And we really can't wait for the politics to change. We have to change the human heart, and then the politics will change. I just want to talk about two slides today. Slide 7, which is of Moses Maimonides, and he says, just in case anybody is unclear about this, the definition of murder, according to the Noahide laws, includes a person who kills even one unborn in the womb of its mother, and adds that such a person is liable for the death penalty. Now, he does go on to say that this death penalty is between the person and Hashem, not necessarily in the courts of man. And he also goes on to say that, of course, the Jew that does this suffers a spiritual death. And we all know Jews who have suffered a spiritual death because they have somehow or another disconnected with this covenant that we have with Hashem that says all life is sacred, it's made in God's image, and that it is a violation of moral law to kill an innocent person. And then the next slide I'd like to go over is, again, from another religious Jewish scholar, Rabbi Shimon Cowan, and he says, Torah forbids abortion on demand, whether by a Jew or a non-Jew. It is spurious to allow a person a so-called civil liberty to abort. There is no such liberty to kill in the sights of Noahide law. So this is the traditional Judaism, as opposed to modern Judaism, which I consider to be fake Judaism. Because it is fake, it's corrupted, it's twisted. It is not reflective of all of our heritage. And I hope that by sharing this information with you, you can share this with other Jewish men and women and other people, of course, who aren't Jewish, just to remind people that Jews do not believe in killing unborn children. We actually believe in saving their lives, despite what's going on today in modern Israel and modern American Jewry. Okay, I've run on long enough. Thank you so very much for your patience and forbearance. And we're going to close now by sharing about our pro-life rabbis that we have here at the Jewish Pro-Life Foundation. This warms my heart and keeps me going every day. Rabbi David Novak is professor of religion and philosophy at the University of Toronto and a member of the University College and Joint Center for Bioethics. He's available to discuss Jewish theology, ethics, bioethics, natural law theory, and Jewish-Christian relations. Please email Rabbi Novak at david.novak@utoronto.ca. And then Rabbi Shlomo Nachman, he's available to speak on the sanctity of human life in Judaism, what it means to be Jewish, the benefits of prayer, Jewish-Christian relations, and welcoming Noahadim into fellowship. You can connect with Rabbi Nachman's busy online shul at learnamuna.com or email him directly at learnamuna@gmail.com. And then Rabbi Menashe Bovit, who is the spiritual leader of Belarus Jewish Center in Queens, New York. He educates using traditional texts history, anthropology, archaeology, and modern academic biblical studies. Rabbi Bovid is a strong advocate of the State of Israel. He's active in interfaith activities and president of the Eastern Queens Interfaith Council. Please email Rabbi Bovid at bellaroserabbi@yahoo.com. And then a word about our healing program, Tikva Rachel. It offers a pathway for healing for Jews who seek a confidential, safe, accepting Jewish program to address the deeply personal issues that arise after abortion. We have so many Jewish men and women who suffer from this, and we do reach out to our Jewish brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, nieces, nephews, whoever, who have suffered because of abortion experience. The program is based on Teshuvah and the promise of healing in Judaism. We also offer post-abortion grief training for rabbis, therapists, and counselors. You can start your healing journey by contacting us to share your personal story with me. I do care. You can call me or email me, or you can check out our website for information about the healing program. Also, I'd like to invite all of our listeners to join us in January for the annual March for Life, where we participate to show Jewish support for the most defenseless humans among us. We provide a handheld sign for you to carry. It has our logo, the text, to life, l'chaim, and a picture of a mother with her newborn. Please check out the calendar page on our website for itinerary updates. I mean, it's already June, so January is just around the corner. If you can't travel to Washington, D.C. and would like to attend a local March for Life in your area, the calendar page also has a link to local marches and will send you a sign to hold there, as well as our welcome packet if you request it. Please visit our website library to download our PowerPoint and our healing program, or to request more information. Okay, that's our show for this morning. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad we were able to share our information with you and provide some spiritual uplifting information and some prayer. God bless you. Let's go out into the world today knowing in our heart confidence that Judaism is the original pro-life religion, and we can make it again that today. God willing, we'll see you here tomorrow. I'm the news that nobody expected. I was never a part of your plan. I'm the reason why life as you know it feels like it's slipping through your trembling hands. And the doctors say I'm just an option, a mistake you can make disappear. I may not have a voice, but I'm more than a choice. I'm as real as the heartbeat you hear. So don't close the book on me yet. I've still got a long way to go. Empty pages to fill, and the best part is still down the road. Oh, I am a story untold. I am God's miracle in the making, proof that all things can work for the good. I am fingers and toes, and heaven already knows the name you pick out for me already belongs to me. So don't close the book on me yet. I've still got a long way to go. Empty pages to fill, and the best part is still down the road. Oh, I am a story untold. Every life is sacred, and every life is a gift, and every life deserves a chance to live. I know you're scared, I know you're scared, I know you're scared right now. But when you hear my first cries, and when you look in my eyes, you'll understand why you brought me to life. So don't close the book on me yet. I've still got a long way to go. Empty pages to fill, and the best part is still down the road. Oh, I am a story untold. May there be abundant peace from heaven and good life upon us and upon all Israel. Amen.